spiritual stuff.
Hello, 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 and welcome to Spiritual Stuff. This is episode 8 with your co-hosts, Reaya
And Chantsy.
Woohoo!
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Hope everybody is feeling like magic as you listen to this, wherever you are in the world. We hope that we're reaching lots of far and wide corners.
Yeah.
And that we are connecting to all these beautiful people.
Aligned souls.
Aligned souls.
Aligned souls. Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Our beautiful soul tribe.
Yes.
So
Our
we're gonna,
deep soul connections.
our deep soul connections, because that's what it's about now, right?
Yep.
So Reaya thought of an amazing idea for us to kickstart the show this episode, and I freaking love it. And it's we're choosing cards from the same deck, which is the Oracle Tarot by Lucy Cavendish.
I'll show you the deck if you want to see it.
And I did just pick one that kind of flicked out. But we're going to steer our conversation towards whatever we pick out, right? And then, yeah, okay, cool. All right, so.
All right, let me give a a shuffle.
I'm going to do
I don't know why, but I was thinking to pick 3.
Oh, okay. Well, that's too many.
And then kind of jump off the back of that.
Okay.
And just see what we're being called to talk about via the tarot messages. Okay,
Ooh.
so I'm going to ask the cards, what do our souls need to hear right now? What are the messages, or what's the information? Oh, he jumped out. And you know who jumped out? The Magician.
Oh, wow. That's funny because the new career moves jumped out for me.
I got the Fool as well.
Whoa, so new beginnings.
Yeah, they definitely. Oh, here's the other one. Ooh, this is a bit funny. We got Unfulfilled Expectations, which is the 5 of Cups.
Funny.
So we've got the Magician, which is number 1 in the major arcana.
Yeah.
And then we have the Fool, which is 0 in the major arcana.
Amazing.
And then we have our 5 of unexpected,
unfulfilled
expectations.
Okay. So new career moves flipped out completely for me before we kicked it off.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks. And then Recharge Your Hopes actually came out.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's similar. And then Put Down Your Burdens.
Wow. Okay. So I feel like energetically we're moving into this time of new beginnings where we're bringing in new awareness. We're moving into this kind of ascension process, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I feel like part of this has to do with us needing to take risks.
Yeah.
Within ourselves. Like we've got to step into this new energy. We need to start to truly align. And we've got to ask ourselves what is motivating us here. And with the 5 of Cups, I feel like things haven't happened for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And maybe the universe has taken us on this like little detour for a new purpose or another soul agreement, if that makes sense. And even though we get so bogged down because something hasn't happened, and we get like so upset, we feel overwhelmed, we get anxious, we're nervous about it. But there's there's always a reason why that happens. And when we look back in hindsight, we know, but at that point, we have to feel all the feelings. And the thing that we don't do at that point is we don't accept the situation, because we're still wanting something that actually we don't need, but we think we need, because we start to like push the energy a little bit. Like we start to become forceful, we start to become demanding, like you're pointing, we go to our head, we're totally in our headspace, which is meaning we're completely ego driven. We've just jumped into our ego, and we're like, this is what's meant to happen.
Yeah.
Because if you're in your heart, you slow down and you go, okay, What do I learn? What did I learn from this? What does my
Raya,
soul really want me to do right now?
right? You are bang on with the energy right now.
Yeah.
Like you are bang on with the energy right now. And because you felt a really massive shift last week, I have been really sitting with myself and the last 2 weeks, but I've been called to sit with myself for the next 3 at least, just to kind of or as long as I need.
Yeah, to integrate.
To integrate. Diets are changing around us. I mean, I don't eat dinner anymore. I've completely cut that out of my diet.
Yeah.
Because we are ascending actually into our divinity. And I think we need to not need, but and we mentioned this in the moon record, go beyond what it is that you know now, because we are headed into something far greater. And it is about letting go of those playing small, essentially. Those cycles. I mean, we've all done it, right? Like, Ray, I'm about to pivot off a cycle that I've been on for the last couple of years, and that's that served me, but I've reached a point now where I'm at completion because my energy is in a different space now. And so those people and that path is no longer aligned to me. So I need to answer the calling and sit in silence, listen to the messages that come through, and really get out of the logical brain, really be mindful with my thoughts and with my words, and then push forward in the direction that the energies want me to go in. But it's not even about pushing forward now. I mean, because time is not
it's about
thing.
flowing forward.
Beautiful.
It's just about you being in flow and receiving what needs to happen as it happens. And as we listen to what our soul needs, we start to really tap into who we are.
Yeah.
Like something that I recognize is I've become really attuned to myself. And I think I've mentioned on the podcast before, but at the same time, I feel like it just validates the more energy that I put in and the more positivity and the more compassionate I am and the more that I'm opening myself to be the highest version of myself, the easier things align. And I literally say things in my head without zero expectation of an outcome. But I just say something in my mind and it literally happens maybe within minutes, within seconds. Things are aligning so quickly, and it's because of the flow.
I thought about a girl 2 weeks ago from my gym, and I mentioned her name and then didn't give it a thought, and then there she was.
There you go.
2 weeks later.
See the importance, and it's again, you just use the word logic, which is like we need to step out of logic because we don't need to figure things out. We just need to put it out there. And I think that's the difference. We're always trying to figure out the how, the when, the why. When's this going to happen? How am I going to manifest this? But we just need to put it out there.
What we do need to be conscious of, and not in our logical mindset, but what we're actually giving our energy to throughout the day, because that is what's manifesting as well. So if you're, let's say, in this pattern where you're feeling a little bit restricted and you're thinking, well, how am I going to get myself out of this? And you shouldn't give to that pattern anymore. So if you're maybe in a friendship that you're not happy in, you're going to have to cut them off. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I mean, everyone each to their own. This is the way that I've been kind of walking through the last couple of weeks. And every time I do actually reclaim my energy, if it's not being reciprocated, then I'm telling the universe, hey, I want my energy to be reciprocated. And the universe is going, okay, I get that if that's what you want.
Just to add to that, also, when you're talking about like letting go of people and letting go of energies and things like that, do so with compassion.
With compassion. Yeah, absolutely.
Because, and I know you are, but just for everybody else, it's kind of like, they're in a different story. They're in a different timeline.
Absolutely.
And they may not be aware of how they are affecting your energy.
No,
and that's not up to
they're
them.
not.
It's up to us. And, you know, sometimes people understand things, like we understand when energies aren't matched, or we understand when energies aren't truly aligned, because something always just feels a little bit off.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
kind of feel like maybe we're trying too hard, or we're you know, we're overthinking it, or we just don't feel safe. Because I know that when you feel
Yeah.
safe with somebody,
Yeah.
you don't think about things. But the minute you're on guard about something, or something's dropped into your head, it's literally a warning for you
Yeah.
to be aware of maybe this person being a taker, or maybe this person has ulterior motives. And that's okay, because that's how they operate.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to operate in their energetic system, you have the choice to step away.
That's it. And you're very right. I mean, everyone's on that different path. So you do have to have that compassion for people. They don't realize that they're doing it. It's just that they're not on the same, like I've done a lot of shadow work the last 5 years, you know, and no doubt you do, right? You know, so that takes you to a different vibration. And so, you know, you do, I call in my soul tribe, you know, I call in those people that are the same vibration. And
well, the message that I'm getting here is we have to make peace with our past.
Beautiful.
That's the shadow, right? It's like, no longer the past affects us.
No,
it's there, but we've accepted the things that have happened, and we've come into some kind of peace, or we've forgiven the things that have taken place that have disrupted our flow or disrupted our energy in some way, because we see that those points where we were disrupted brought us so much growth and expansion.
Totally. Well, that's what it's all about. Put down
And
your
I
burdens.
always say, whatever's meant to happen is always going to happen, regardless. Like
100%.
You know, we always forget that we've already created a story before we've arrived here. And we're just here to remember. You know, and that's why we've got to let go of control. And that's something that I'm working on.
Because it's something that has been ingrained in us. It's like this concept of time that we spoke about this morning. And you were talking about it in your moon medicine last week. And I you know, was listening to the different conversations. It's like, and it got me thinking, you know, man has made up time. Why are we rushing around? You know, I'm actually quite happy to sit still and just be in the bush and just, you know, lay about. And, you know, we don't need to be working, you know, because it's all man-made structures. So if we take it back to Lemuria and where we'd actually come from, we had our gifts that we could tap into, and you know, we probably had more time and gave ourselves more, we sat in more peace, I can only assume, because that's when I'm most harmonious. You know, we're not rushing around. And rushing around actually is, for me, it just stresses me out now, and I don't like it.
Think about our little nervous system. Like if we're constantly on the go, we're not allowing ourselves to regenerate. We're not allowing ourselves to kind of reconnect to different energy, because we're just in autopilot.
Because whenever we do stop, we are getting those ascension codes, those light codes from universe, right?
And if you think about it, every moment is a chance for us to recreate or create ourselves. So it's like every step that we take, every thought that we have, every process that we do, it's allowing us to be who we want to be. But we've got to start choosing or making decisions that allow us to land where we need, instead of like
that magician card, just came up for me, like when you said that.
Well, it is. It's all about, like, we have the chance. Not even the chance. We have the power to become whoever we want. It's those limits that we've set on ourselves that stop us. Like, I was having this conversation with my husband last night. Like, you know, why do certain people get a free pass, or why are there like millionaires that are just doing rubbish with their money, or they're complete assholes or whatever? Why are there people that are so poor, or why are families that have to go through so much stress, or there's so many illnesses, or, you know, like, how does that all come into play?
I had to think about this actually. Have you this morning, because I feel like with the man-derived world. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying men, I mean humankind. So let's change the wording. Humankind derived world. We have been told to look externally and to get whatever we need to externally. So it's always been like that money, 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 money. So it's like throwaway money and whatnot, and houses, and we look externally for love. But if you think about it, richness and abundance starts with us internally.
Yeah.
It starts with us finding ourselves, because you can have as much money as you like, but
You
why
could
are
be
you
empty
throwing
inside. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that
It's
little
like,
giggle for?
huh?
What was that little giggle for?
No, because I was just thinking, no, because I said to myself, I didn't want to say 100% anymore. And I just realized I've said it. And before I wanted to say it, and I think I used the word brilliant, and I was like, well done, Reaya. Because I asked my guides, like, come on, stop saying 100%, because I say it all the time. So I was just like, oh, it's okay. It was one.
That's okay. That's okay.
I'm creating change.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what I wanted just to point out, it's like, when someone wins the lotto, and they use that money in a heartbeat because they don't know what it is to have money, or what that value of money means to them.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyway.
But don't you think that's why we keep saying need. That's why it's imperative that we do look internally, because then we can, don't get me wrong, we do need balance on the exterior as well, but it all starts with us. It all starts here. If we don't know ourselves, it was like me, like I had a job for so long, for 18 years of my life.
Yeah.
And I didn't know myself. I've seen people in those same, like exec positions, and they get to a point where they're like, I feel empty inside. And, you hear stories on movies and things, or documentaries, because we haven't tapped into ourselves, because we've been in autopilot that whole time.
Exactly.
We haven't listened to who it is we are.
Yeah. But also some of those major jobs and those major things that we have to do in life, they don't give us the space.
Yeah.
I mean, things are slowly starting to change, I think. Like, big companies are offering people, a health day or mental health day, or things like those things are changing. But before, it was like you had to show up. And I'm not saying not to show up, but it's like in those times, you've got to find yourself, and you've got to do the things that make you feel connected, or you feel passionate about, or you really care about. You have to create time for the things that have meaning for you, because if you don't, you will end up being an empty vessel.
Yeah.
If you don't fulfill your soul in some way, and you're doing something always for someone else, you're never going to be happy on the inside, because you're just going to give. And then when you realize at one point you're not receiving anything, and I'm not saying we have to give to take, but at the same time, there is a flow. Has to be an energy exchange, because if there isn't that energy exchange where it does feel quite equal, we then start to recognize that, and then we start to resent the energy of what we've been giving. So, I just feel like energetically we need to come into more compassion with ourselves, with our story. The message that I've been getting is to stay on your own timeline, but also to create your own timeline.
Yeah, beautiful.
Your timeline is yours. Create your own. Do things when it suits you, when it feels right for you. Just because, like, for example, say if you're single and everyone's saying you have to go and date, and you don't feel ready, why would you go and put yourself out there?
Absolutely. I mean, I've gone on Tinder and stuff, like, and I've just been repelled by it. And, and not that I don't want to, like, I do want to find someone, but I'd rather find someone naturally than on those structures, because
but also if you energetically put it out there, right? If you keep saying to yourself, when the time is right, I'd like to fall in love with someone naturally or energetically with ease, if you start to align yourself to that vibration, that's what will happen.
Yeah.
Like, that's how magical we are.
That's right. 100%. 100%.
But we all say,
it's
like,
a deep connection.
It's difficult. I have to find love here and I don't want to be here, but it's the only way. And you're setting yourself up for failure every time.
Yeah, totally. I think a lot of people, and we'd mentioned this a couple of episodes ago about unconsciously picking up on other people's words and the information around us. And I actually found out that the unconscious mind or unconscious thoughts take up 90% of our minds, of our thoughts.
Yeah.
So it really is, you know, the way that we speak to ourselves is so important because we are picking up on that, you know. It's like you picking up on yourself saying 100% because you're consciously aware that, you know, you want to change your wording.
Yeah, I don't want to use the same word all the time. I want to create change. I want to bring in another. There's all these beautiful words in the vocabulary and I'm using the same one. I just felt like I wanted to pull another card for some reason.
Go for it.
Can you do the same? Let's see how aligned we are energetically. Let's put our energies to the test.
Okay.
So let's both shuffle.
I think my deck's upside down. Bear with.
What?
Oh.
Did you get one?
Yes.
Wait. Now I'm under pressure. Hold on.
Put down your burdens is on the bottom of the deck again. Yeah.
Guess what we were just talking about?
What?
We were talking about love. I got new love energy.
Destiny, baby. Destiny with the Wheel of Fortune.
Amazing. Oh,
it's coming in. And that's what it's about, right? Like we are on a destined path. And I think that's the thing, even using, and I'm not poo-pooing Tinder or whatever, it's good to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
You are almost forcing the situation, you know, but realign.
Or change the way you think about it.
Change the way you think about it. Maybe there's things that you need to look at within yourself that need to draw that person in.
Exactly.
But love's always out there. Love's out there for all of us, you know.
Yeah, 100%. Take two.
Oh, are you going to do another one?
No, I just said 100%. I said take two because I said it twice. See, you don't even pick up on it.
No, because I say it too.
Do you? Yeah. Maybe I got it from you. It's your fault.
Sorry.
I never used to say it, and now I'm saying it all the time. All right, so let's just go back, recap. We've got the Magician, we've got the Fool, we've got unexpected, I don't know why I want to say that, unfulfilled expectations, and we've got new love energy.
Beautiful. And from my end, it was new career moves, recharge your hopes, put down your burdens, and the Wheel of Fortune.
Beautiful. Bring in those changes.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's it from us for today's little episode 8. Yeah. I love an 8. I think my 8's one of my favorite numbers.
Infinity, infinite wisdom coming from the 8.
Yeah. Downloading.
I feel like you're in a very compassionate state right now, Reaya. You're very much in your heart space, and I love it. It's great.
Yeah. I've done some work.
Yeah.
It's good. Sometimes we need to break down in order to reinvent ourselves.
100%. 100%. Yeah.
So, you know, always recognize that when you're going through something that you can get out of it, but you need to fulfill or feel it completely, because it's fulfilling that calling or fulfilling that whatever it is.
And know that it's coming up, so then you can release it as well. Yeah. So the more that you hold on to stuff, it's more to the detriment. So just, you know,
it ends up working against you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just works against you. So obviously we don't want things to work against us.
No, and we are the magician. It is as easy as a thought to manifest. So
It's
the
so
more,
powerful.
yeah. So the more that we're clinging on to the stuff that we don't need, let's step more into the future beings that we are, the souls that we are, and the spirits that we are, and accomplish those things that we came here to do. I did watch, actually, I know that we're going to wrap this up, but I did watch a clip from a guy called Guru, who is a Indian guru. And apologies if I've gotten this wrong. But he had mentioned, I've been hearing this a lot, the solar flares really starting to vamp up. So I didn't actually know what solar flares were, and I've heard this a lot on different clips. But it's actually the sun is energizing. Like, it looks like the sun is getting like more and more powerful. So that explains the energy. And I actually I did have a dream about this, that the sun, that I was having a conversation with my higher self in the sun. So I think we are like really coming into a new energetical space. So, the more that this is why, let all the old stuff fall away, because magic's going to start to happen right in front of your eyes now.
That's exactly how I feel this week. Like, I stepped into this week feeling like, okay, I've got it. I can have it. Everything's available to me. This is what I need to do. The downloads are happening. Like 2 weeks ago, I was like, I don't want to work. There's zero motivation. It was just, my body was telling me I'm burnt out. Emotionally, mentally, physically. And I had been taking holidays and having little breaks, but I needed to be just still. And that's what I wasn't doing. So, I'm listening.
And now look at you, like, you're calm. We are all divinity incarnate, and I think that's a really good journal prompt right there. It's like, I am a divine spirit. I'm a divine being.
Show me the way.
Show me the way. Oh,
show me the way. I said that to a client, and she used it, and something happened straight away for her. And I was like, woo. It's magic, those words. Because in that moment, what you do is you just energetically hand it over to spirit. You say to spirit, show me the way. And then they do.
Because you've surrendered. And on that note, thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Listening.
Thank you. We send you all lots of love, lots of healing, lots of goodness. And we wrap up with a beautiful namaste.
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 Namaste.